A 13-year-old boy named Sean is standing in the front of the Emerald City main manor. He was looking for his friend, the same age as him. Can I talk to Kyle? He asked a big soldier, who was guarding the gates of the big manor. Young Master Kyle is busy, he is currently training his sword skills. Come back later, Sean, the soldier replied. Meanwhile, Sean's best friend, Kyle, heard Sean's voice while his sword trainer cornered him against the wall, pointing the training sword at his neck. Checkmate. In a real battle, you need to focus, or you will die. Kyle's tutor named Dragar said. Can I take a break? Kyle asked. No, pick up your sword and get up. I will let you take a break if you manage to dodge or block one of my attacks. Kyle ends up obeying his tutor. He picked up his sword and continued to train. But he got something on his mind. Get ready, young master. I will attack now, Dragar exclaimed. But suddenly, Kyle threw his wooden sword in Dragar's face. Dragar was shocked, and Kyle seized the moment and ran fast towards the manor wall. Hey, we are not done yet. Come back, Dragar shouted. The other guards saw what happened, and they chased Kyle. Kyle saw 3 guards chasing him. Then Kyle gets something in his pocket. It's a flashing rubber ball. He threw it on the ground and a flashing light was emitted around him. The 3 guards couldn't see because of the bright light. Kyle is a good climber. He climbs on high trees and even on the mountains. The manor walls are easy for him. In no time he reached the top of the manor wall. But suddenly, an arrow almost hit Kyle on his head. He got terrified and shocked. He turned around and saw an elite soldier named Torum. Torum is holding a crossbow and aiming at Kyle. Kyle got angry. Hey Torum, you almost killed me. I will tell father about this. Kyle said angrily, and he jumped to the other side of the manor. Sean's eyes widened, as he saw Kyle falling from the high walls of the manor. Kyle slammed through Sean and they both fell on the ground. Ouch. That hurts, Kyle. Sean said. Hee hee. I'm sorry, pal. Let's get out of there, before they catch us. Kyle helped Sean to stand up, and they ran fast to the streets. Torum is looking at them from the top of the manor wall. Young Master Kyle is not afraid of arrows anymore. He is growing crazily fast, Torum said to himself. Then a manor commander named Rigger came out of the manor hall. The other soldiers saw him and they behaved. What's happening? Rigger asked. Then Torum climbed down from the wall and ran towards Commander Rigger. Commander Rigger, we're sorry. Young Master Kyle escaped the manor again. Let me handle it. I'll follow and keep an eye on him right now, Torum said. Commander Rigger shook his head. That kid is very energetic and stubborn. Just like his father. Anyway, do your thing, Torum. I'll leave this to you, Rigger said. And Torum nodded and he left. Somewhere around the Emerald City, Kyle and Sean climbed a tree house. Kyle's eyes widened when he saw the book on the table. What's this thick book, pal? Kyle said. Then Sean grabbed the book and said, this book contains a lot of blueprints of weapons, armor, items, and many more. Kyle got excited about what he heard. On the other hand, Torum was outside the tree house. He is listening to the boys. By the way, Kyle, we need to create high-grade metal to use as material. We need to find some good quality iron ore. I know there's a mountain called Ore Forest. According to my map, it's kind of far. Ore Forest is rich in elements such as ore, silver and gold. The big problem is, miners like us can't go outside the city without the supervision of an adult, Sean said. Then Torum's eyes widened at what he heard. Let me handle this. I will tell my father about this, Kyle said, but Sean's face became serious and he said. Kyle, from now on, we will handle all our adventures on our own. I want to take this to the next level. I wanted to be a real adventurer, Sean said. Then Torum was shocked at what he heard, and he felt worried about the kids. Then Kyle clenched his fist and said, you're right. We can do this on our own. Sean smiled at him and got something on a wooden chest. By the way, Kyle, I made this weapon for you. I know you want guns, so I made this gun for you. Sean gave the gun to Kyle. Kyle's eyes widened and he felt happy. Then Sean opened a jar full of popcorn kernels. I needed to be innovative, so instead of creating metal bullets, I decided to create some dried corn kernels as bullets. You need to put 1 kernel in each hole, like a revolver gun, Sean explained. Then Kyle put 5 kernels in the magazine of the gun and aimed at the tree branch. Then he fired the gun. A kernel hit a tree branch and fell on the ground. Kyle was amazed, because he never thought that corn kernels could be a bullet. He smiled and looked at his gun. Then Sean grabbed a red can spray. This red bottle can produce fire and works like a flamethrower. This is my new favorite weapon, Sean said. Then he tested it outside the window. Kyle was amazed. The fire was strong. Then, suddenly, Kyle asked Sean. By the way, Sean, where did you find that book? Sean just smiled and said, I got it from my father's stockroom. It doesn't have a name, but it has a lot of weird but interesting blueprints of items. I think this book is ahead of our time, it's so complicated and challenging. I want to create those items from the book. Kyle was shocked and wanted to check the book. Oh, let me see it, pal. Kyle said. Then Sean gave the book to Kyle. Then Kyle was surprised, he saw lots of mysterious blueprints. Hey pal, you're right, I never saw these things on the manor. Then Sean smirked and said, shall we call this book, the Book of the Future?